Joined by the CEO of Tourism Business Council South Africa, Tshifhiwa Tshivengwa. Thanks very much for joining us. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So your reaction to what the Minister of Home Affairs said today? He says that foreign minors coming into the country no longer need that consent letter. Is that a good thing for us, and is that enough to kickstart the tourism again?
Well, I think that there were some positive things that came out today from the announcement from the Minister of Home Affairs. Of course, this follows the announcement by the President last week Friday in terms of recognizing tourism as one of those sectors that can stimulate growth within the country. So we certainly welcome that there are measures that have been put in place in terms of, if you look at the countries that are being reviewed for visa waiver. So we definitely think that's positive, because there are more countries within, especially in the Middle East, that we would want them to have free movement into South Africa and out of South Africa. So that is positive for us. But for minors traveling in and out of the country, there isn't much of movement there, because what the minister has said today is that they won't be required to carry, especially those that are inbound, they won't be required to carry an abridged birth certificate or proof of parental consent. But the problem is that we are recommending, we are not saying that we are doing away with it. We're saying that we recommend that, you can carry those documents. So it's sort of, we don't know whether they should or they shouldn't. And for someone who's traveling from far away coming into the country, South Africa is a long-haul destination. They need to know exactly what they need to be carrying when they come to the country. So there's still an uncertainty there in terms of whether they should carry or not carry. And we as an industry want more clarity on that, so that we can know how to deal with it.
And there's, of course, this discretionary power that officials have where they deem high risk, and that's up to them to decide what high risk is.
Absolutely. It's problematic to us. Once again, when you have someone who comes in, you arrive with your children, and then someone decides, well, you're high risk. What are the criteria to determine that? How are we going to ensure that, this whole system is foolproof? So it's important for us as an industry to ensure that we are clear. People are choosing South Africa amongst other countries. They're not choosing us because we're the only country that they would travel to. There are many other countries that are competitive. How do we remain competitive? How do we make sure that we stay competitive? And how do we make sure that we attract foreigners who wants to come here as tourists to come and visit us? And I think, the issue of unabridged certificate for us as an industry is still lingering. It hasn't been solved. Yes, there are positive steps, but this has taken us 4 years now. And we've been discussing this matter for that long. So it's still a problem for us.
All right, so a good start, but still a long way to go.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks very, very much indeed for coming through and giving us your thoughts on this announcement. Thank you so much.
Thank you.